Hello everyone. I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about how narcissists, use this technique of bread crumbing to handle, control, and manage their victims. So we all are, surrounded by narcissists in some form or the other, either in our family, either in our love relationship, friends, co-workers. I mean, everyone, I'm sure, you guys must have experienced, a narcissist. So, what is this bread crumbing? So, bread crumbing is a process where these narcissists lay out tiny bit of crumbs, tiny bit of validation, tiny bit of approval, tiny bit of agreement, and that is sufficient enough to control the victim. Yes, the breadcrumbs given by those narcissists are very much convincing, are very much good, and are very much impressive for us. We take it and we survive on that. We feel good because as it is, either we are a little weak in front of them, and that is the reason they are able to establish that control. Yeah, be it a love relationship, be it work, or be it friendship, or whatsoever. So as it is, we are emotionally a little not that strong and mature, and that makes us a suitable victim for these narcissists. And of course, narcissists are all about I, me, myself. They love controlling, they lack empathy, they really don't care how you feel and what you feel. All what they want is that they need to feel grandiose, they need to feel great, they need to feel good. That's it. That's what how life is when you are with a narcissist. So these narcissists actually know when to give us those small little breadcrumbs, and we, after receiving those breadcrumbs, we feel great. We feel as if one day he or she will realize my true worth. I mean, that's how the victims feel. I mean, I have suffered from narcissistic abuse, so I can tell you from my experience that I used to feel that one day my father will see my worth. One day my siblings are going to see my worth, and one day my relatives are going to see my worth. And just for tiny bits of validation, I used to go to any extent. I used to go on doing it, trying to impress them, trying to make them happy, and trying to get just a couple of words from them. But that doesn't used to come out easily. That was so difficult to take out from them, those tiny bits of good words and appreciation. Now, I mean, it used to be like once in a year, and once in a year also, if my father used to praise, he used to praise by comparing it with someone else. So it was not 100% crumb. The crumb was also broken into pieces, and he used to compare it with somebody else's child, that they do so much. Compared to them, you're doing less, but you can improve. That's all, and that's what used to make me happy. And I used to even work harder in hopes that one day I'll get the entire loaf of bread, I'll get the oven, I'll get the bakery, but all I used to be left with was these tiny bits of breadcrumbs. And the same thing happened in a relationship also. I mean, I was in a relationship, a toxic relationship, and that person was quite narcissistic, and I used to do anything and everything just to hear that yes, Sarah, you have done a lot, thank you so much. But I never used to get that. And when I was not getting all of those validations, and I was not seen and heard, I it was a very weird thing. I started overdoing it. I started doing more than my capacity, you know in hopes that that person is going to see it, that person is going to find me out, that person is going to appreciate all my efforts, and things are going to change. nothing changes, when you are in relationship with a narcissist, whether it's your father, mother, husband, brother, lover, anyone. All what they want is their needs to be met, and you need to keep on serving them. That's how the dynamics are. And it's quite sad, because I often used to feel that maybe there is a level of expectation that I need to reach in order to get that validation from my loved ones. But later on, I realized that there is no such standards, out there that I need to meet. It is just that they are not validating us so that we keep doing the work. We don't get sluggish. We don't fall slow, or we don't delay in delivering. We keep doing it. The more we don't get something, the more we tend to get more into it. Yeah, it drives us more. Yeah, it encourages us to do even more. And that is how the this breadcrumbing works. So yes, breadcrumbing is all to establish better control. Breadcrumbing is to give you a tiny little bit of baits on and off, so that you go on doing what you have to do, or what they want you to do. And they really don't see you. Narcissists, they really don't see you or hear you. I mean, the truest you, or your true self, your authentic self, they really don't see and hear you, and they don't even care about you. All what they care is that you do their bidding, you do what they want out of you, you meet their needs, and that's it. I have seen, I have seen in my circle a gentleman. He has an entire, his entire family, I mean, parents are narcissistic. And this poor guy, they don't validate, the parents don't validate him. The parents never appreciate. They are just there, they keep on taking like afflicted beings. So they just keep taking what they have to take out of him, and they never appreciate. And I mean, sadly, I have seen this gentleman, going to extent, going on his four also, and becoming a puppy, to just get that one bit of that, oh, my son is so good, and he never gets that. And because of this, he tends to overdo it. He tends to constantly talk and keep seeking, that maybe my mom acknowledges, maybe my father says. And instead, things are very different. They never validate. Maybe once in 2 years he gets validated. It's like a cookie that he gets, a small pie of the cookie, and he feels good. And for 2 years he is on the same mission to meet the needs of his parents. And it's quite sad. I find him very lonely at times. I find him very sad at times. And but that's how narcissists are. And as it is in our society, all of these uh, mental disorders and personality disorders are, as it is, normalized, and nobody talks about it. It's considered normal and okay. And this gentleman, the example that I'm giving, his friends, his relatives, and acquaintances, and everyone, they are also of that category. So they act as an enabler. They say, oh yes, you have to keep doing, you can't repay back, you have to keep on doing what is the best that you can do. Even if you have to go in debt, you have to go in debt and do it for your parents. That is how it is. So I mean, I can see it, but it feels sad. I thought of educating him, but until unless one doesn't decide to put a full stop to all these abusive behaviors, I mean, I can't put a full stop on behalf of somebody else. Yeah, so it's, I mean, that person has to do it by himself. So yes, it's a very miserable situation. And these narcissists, as it is, have this sense of entitlement, that everyone has to serve me. I should be served. I am godlike, I am supernatural, I am omnipotent, and everyone has to serve me. So it's sad. I have seen children, I have seen partners, I have seen friends going to crazy extent, just to please and get their bit of validation. And trust me, they get into trouble also, but they never get validated. I mean, this person that I was talking about, this gentleman, he in fact get onto he got onto the wrong path. He got into wrong activities to make more money, but still, and the parents were quite encouraging that yes, go ahead, go ahead, we need more money, we need more money, and everything is going to be perfect, everything is going to be fine. But they were never least bothered whether at all the son has to face some severe consequences later on. And they were just least bothered. The son went into a lot of debt just to make parents happy and please the parents, and the son was in a royal mess. And the parents were like, well, you did it, we didn't tell you to do it. But how did it all start? He was always compared. He was always compared that, oh, their son has done so much. What have you done? Their son earns so much. What have you done? What if you do, wrong work for maybe a year or two and then make money and then leave it? Everyone does that. Everyone does something wrong in their life. These used to be the teachings of that gentleman's parent, and they used to encourage him to get into wrong activities and make money anyhow. They just wanted their needs to be met, their desires to be fulfilled. And this poor soul got into a lot of things, got into a lot of mess, got into a lot of tragedy. I guess time is teaching him what he has to learn. But yes, this breadcrumbing is a very it's a sign of a narcissist. It's typically a sign of a narcissist. And sometimes even toxic people also use these. But it's really it's very disrespectful. And if you keep on picking up the crumbs, in hopes that one fine day you'll be appreciated, you'll be respected, and everything is going to be fine, nothing is going to change. So I'm it's quite sad. We all have gone through. I did feel like a puppy when I was in the family. I went on doing it, and I was not validated. I was like non-existent. So it feels miserable. In relationship also I've experienced. So it's better not to fall trap. If you are in a relationship with a narcissist, don't fall trap to these things. Do what you have to do. Create a healthy boundary and space, and don't get lured by these small little breadcrumbs thrown at you, small little validations on and off. Because if you fall trap to these validations and small little breadcrumbs, you will have to sign a contract for life or a very long period to do their bidding. And it goes on. So you get into that vicious cycle of seeking validation and approval, whereas in you get zero, nothing at all. So yes, breadcrumbing is a technique, to get work done from the victims. And this breadcrumbing technique is very popular amongst narcissists. So yes, in case if you would want to add in your experience, you can always comment below whether you all had experienced breadcrumbing at any point, with a relationship to a narcissist. Or I mean, whatever experiences you have, you all can share it below. And please like, share, subscribe this channel, and stay healthy, and live happily. Don't fall trap to triangulation. Don't fall trap to those systems of drama triangle. Don't fall trap to breadcrumbing. These all are just to control. A healthy relationship doesn't have these kind of exploitation, manipulation, and abuse. So yes, say no to abuse and take care of yourself. Bye.